Stop listening if you're looking for comfort. This is not motivation, it's an autopsy. Society did not accidentally create the dumbest generation. It engineered it, carefully, slowly, and most people thanked it for the privilege. The problem is not that people today lack intelligence. The problem is that they no longer need to use it. Thinking has become optional, silence has become unbearable, depth has become suspicious, and distraction has been crowned as a virtue. Schopenhauer would not be shocked by this generation. He predicted it. He understood something most philosophers avoided saying openly. When comfort increases, thought decays. When desire is constantly stimulated, judgment collapses. And when suffering is anesthetized, meaning disappears. Society did not make people stupid by lowering their IQ. It made them stupid by removing friction. No resistance, no waiting, no boredom, no solitude, no consequences. The modern individual lives in a permanent state of mental noise. Screens filling every empty second. Opinions replacing understanding. Information replacing wisdom. And validation replacing self-respect. Schopenhauer warned that most humans do not think, they repeat. They inherit ideas the way they inherit furniture. They decorate their minds with borrowed opinions and call it identity. Today, society perfected this mechanism. It no longer needs to censor you. It simply overwhelms you. Look at how people consume knowledge now. Short clips, simplified slogans, emotion without structure, outrage without analysis, certainty without reflection. This is not education. This is conditioning. Society rewards speed, not accuracy, confidence, not competence, visibility, not substance, and people adapt accordingly. The dumbest generation is not unintelligent. It is impatient, and impatience is the enemy of thought. Schopenhauer believed that solitude was the natural state of the thinker. Not loneliness, solitude. The ability to remain alone with one's thoughts without escaping them. Modern society treats this ability as a disease. If you are quiet, something must be wrong. If you are offline, you are irrelevant. If you are not reacting, you are invisible. So people react, constantly, emotionally, predictably. The system does not want you reflective. Reflection slows consumption. Reflection creates dissatisfaction with shallow pleasures. Reflection leads to questions that cannot be monetized. So society trains you to feel, not to think. To react, not to understand. To identify with narratives, not to examine them. Schopenhauer understood desire as an endless loop. Satisfy it and it returns stronger. Deny it and you suffer. Modern society chose a third option, distract it, endlessly. The result is a population that is neither fulfilled nor aware. Stimulated but empty. Connected but shallow. Informed but ignorant. People confuse access to information with intelligence. They confuse having opinions with having understanding. They confuse being loud with being right. And society encourages this confusion because it is profitable. The dumbest generation is not the one that knows the least. It is the one that knows the most trivia and understands the least meaning. Schopenhauer wrote that truth is often rejected not because it is false, but because it is uncomfortable. Modern society weaponized comfort. It made discomfort immoral, offense unforgivable, and challenge unacceptable. As a result, people avoid ideas that require effort. They avoid conversations that threaten identity. They avoid silence because silence exposes inner emptiness. Education became a transaction. Memorize, pass, forget, repeat. No cultivation of judgment. No training in skepticism. No respect for intellectual hierarchy. Everyone's opinion is equal, regardless of depth, experience, or coherence. Schopenhauer despised this flattening of intellect. He believed that equality of value does not imply equality of insight. Modern society erased this distinction to protect fragile egos. The result is a generation that feels entitled to be heard but unprepared to listen, that demands respect without earning competence, that confuses feelings with facts and consensus with truth. And when reality contradicts them, they call it injustice. Society did not fail this generation. It succeeded perfectly at its real goal, creating manageable minds, predictable behavior, short attention spans, high emotional reactivity, low philosophical tolerance. This is not an accident. It is an ecosystem. Schopenhauer believed suffering was unavoidable. But modern society promised happiness, and when happiness did not arrive, it offered distraction instead. Entertainment became anesthesia. Pleasure became policy. The cost was paid in depth. People today struggle to read, not because they cannot, but because they cannot tolerate stillness. Their minds crave stimulation the way addicts crave substance. Thought without dopamine feels like pain, so they avoid it. The dumbest generation is not incapable of intelligence. It is hostile to it, because intelligence requires patience, and patience requires discomfort, and discomfort threatens the illusion that life should be easy. Schopenhauer would say this generation is not cursed, it is indulged. Indulgence is the most efficient way to weaken a mind, not oppression, not poverty, comfort. And now ask yourself something uncomfortable. If society truly wanted you intelligent, would it design your environment the way it has? If this made you uncomfortable, that is not an insult. It is recognition. This is not the end of the argument. It is the opening cut. Subscribe to the channel, not for motivation, but for confrontation. This is a series for those who still tolerate thought, for those who can sit with ideas that do not flatter them, for those who understand that intelligence is not a gift, but a discipline. Watch the rest of the series, because what society made easy to ignore is exactly what will decide who remains conscious and who dissolves into noise.